Hi everyone, welcome back to another Tiger Tech video. In this video, I want to talk about cleaning up your Google Drive a little bit and getting organized. So one of the easiest things you can do to get organized is make sure you have folders set up in your drive where you can start to organize those files that maybe they're stuck in your shared with me, and you're going to take those from shared with me and put them somewhere that makes sense within your drive. So if I go over here to my drive, you can see there's a drop down arrow here, and that will open up the subfolders that are in my drive. So I'm going to do that here. And within these other folders that are there, you can do, again, have a drop down arrow. And for example, I have a new folder here, Instructional Tech Coaching. And so for that one, I have subfolders in there, and some of them have files and some of them don't. But I'm going to show you how you can quickly set up some of these folders that you need to. Setting up folders is real easy. All you have to do is hover over top of one of the folders or your drive and right click. And you're going to click on New Folder and then just give it a name. New Folder, example. After you hit Create, you should see within a few seconds, it should pop up within your drive. Now, if I want to put a subfolder in there, I again hold over top of that folder, right click, and then I'm going to click here, New Folder again. New subfolder, example, and create. Okay, so now let's take a look at that. I have new folder here, example, and I'm going to hit the arrow showing the subfolders, and there it is, new subfolder, example. And again, you could keep going and keep creating subfolders if you need to, and form sort of a staircase worth of folders as it'll show up here in your drive. So part of the frustration, I think, with the shared with me area is it's very disorganized. It's kind of a dumping ground, and you really can't organize it. It's not really meant for that. It's sort of, if you want to think of it in terms of sort of like Facebook, it's a running kind of chronological list of what's been shared or posted. So in this case, if you try to go over to share with me and right click, you'll notice that you don't get any options pop up. So they don't want you to create subfolders and things within the shared with me area. It's sort of like a news feed. It's a posting area of what has been shared with you. Okay, so how do you move those files? You just pretty much click and drag them into the folder that you need to, with one exception. So you have to be careful if the file is already in a shared location. So I'll show you an example of that. Okay, so I'm going to go down here. I'm going to pick a file. Let's take a look at this file here, Monday morning meeting. So if I right click on this file, it's going to give me some options. And you notice that right here it says add to my drive. You can also find that up here there's an icon on the top menu bar that says add to my drive. Okay, so I'm going to click away from that. Now let's go back up here to the top. Let's go back to the top. Okay, let's click on this one. Now notice if I click on this one, there's no more add to my drive here. This says move to. This is what you want to watch out for, because you don't want to move this file out of a shared folder. It's already actually shared with you. So if I just keep on this file, and now if I move my down arrow to the next one, you'll notice that this one also up here does not say add to my drive, it says move. If I keep moving down, now all of a sudden this next one I can add to my drive. And I'm going to keep moving down. This also I could add to my drive, add to my drive, add to my drive. This one I can't. This one's pasted to a Google Classroom folder, and I wouldn't want to move that out of there, because if I do, what will happen is that it'll disappear for the other people that are involved with the sharing of that file. So if I take an example of a file that I need to move somewhere in one of my folders, I'll go up to here to my Instructional Tech Coach folder, and if I want to add a new folder in here, I'm going to do that. I'm going to add in here, I'm going to right click on this Instructional Tech Coaching folder, and I'm going to say New Folder, and I'm going to title this one Teacher Files. Create. So if there have been teachers I've been working with and we're working on certain files together, they want me to take a look at something, then I can put those files in this teacher files under my Instructional Tech Coaching. So I can just click on this one and I can drag it into teacher files. Once I do that, if I open up the teacher files sub file here, you're going to see that now I do see that file is in my teacher files, but it's also still in shared with me. So if you really want to get rid of this, if you don't want it in there, you could click it again at this point here, and at this point you could say remove from the shared with me. So that way it's off that running list of files that were shared with you, but you have a copy of it within your folder that you put it in. So it should still be here in teacher files right there. Okay, so I still have a copy of it. It's still shared, and so I should be all good there. And I didn't erase it. It's not deleted. It's just removed from shared with me. All right, I hope this video helped you get a little more organized in your Google Drive. If you have any questions, please contact me at kbolendorf@fleetwoodasd.org. And until the next video, have a good one.